How's everybody doing today? Welcome to the Creating Entertaining Group Content panel. Our panelists tonight are a group of fantastic YouTubers and Let's Players. They're known as Mindcrack. They have inspired hundreds of thousands of people, built amazing, complex projects, made people laugh, made people cry. Pause, right? Pause.
Why cry? What? Sorry if I made you cry.
So everybody give it a hand for Mindcrack. We're going to start off our panel with probably one of the most asked questions in all of the Mindcrack subreddit, and that is, Good, what was the inspiration for adding new members to Mindcrack? Like, what were the early inspirations and some of the ones even recently when you've added new members?
I think when we started off, it was about just adding friends, right? And that's kind of what it stayed. It's just that originally it was friends of mine, and now it's become friends and people that we meet along the way. And we've always tried to add people that we all get along with as a whole, and people that we can create entertaining group content with, which is, I guess, why we're having this subject matter for our panel. But yeah, it's not always, I'm not the one that always decides. Some people are confused and think that it's all up to me, but there's several members that have been added because other people wanted to, for them to be a part of the group. And every time someone's added, it's 100% an agreement thing where every Mindcracker wants to see them on the group.
So why don't we go down the line and introduce everybody that's been added that was able to make it tonight?
Seth's gonna be angry if we go down the line.
In this case, in this one case, I'll allow it.
All right, well, this is Seth Bling.
How do you do this every time?
I'm Zisto, hello.
I'm Sevenus.
Hi, I'm Aurelian.
We're sharing a mic.
We're sharing a mic. Hello.
I'm Seth Bling.
Here.
That was really fast.
Yes, it was.
I'm Pause or Poos or whatever you want to call me now. Poos. Just want to say happy birthday. Just want to let you know that. So.
It's also my birthday tomorrow, too.
Okay.
I'm Co-Star.
I'm Jason19, and this is my real voice. I will not be answering more questions in this panel.
Yeah, everybody give Jay Sano a hand because this is the last time we'll be hearing from him. He'll take us out at the end, and that will be the end of that. So the newest members are Sev, Ari, and Co. How were you contacted about joining the group, and how did you feel when you first got asked to join Mindcrack?
Are we going in order?
Sure.
We're gonna go down the line.
Yes, that's great.
So Paz jumped in my bed one night, and that was basically it. No, I've been friends with Paz now for over like almost 4 years, and I didn't know what Mindcrack was until like last year, to be honest. I'm kind of a jerk. But we've always just been friends, and I was friends with a bunch of people on here. Once again, before I knew what Mindcrack was, because I don't really YouTube, like, at all. I didn't know anything about it. I just watch cooking shows. And so yeah, basically, eventually it got around to me figuring out what Mindcrack was, and it just sort of fell into place that it was a kind of a good fit.
Thank you.
Your turn.
Yeah, so I've known Paz and Good for about oh, you can set it down. Thank you. Us new people have to help each other out. So I've known Good and Paz for about 2 years, and then I met Zeppling and everyone else kind of since that time period. So originally when I met Good and Paz, we had talked about it, and it just wasn't really the right time. I was a smaller channel and kind of intimidated by the large size of the group, so it wasn't a good fit back then. And Good and I were at a convention in Atlanta over the spring and kind of just brought it up again, and he was like, well, I don't know, is that something that you might be interested in? And I was like, I mean, I think now's a good time. I think I've like built up my YouTube channel a little bit. I'm used to the group content, and I feel like I know a lot more of the members now than I did back when we had originally talked about it. So yeah, that's kind of how that happened, and then I burned things down. Sorry.
Well, as for myself, I was doing stuff with Good and some of the other guys back when Mindcrack originally started. And then we kind of parted ways, and I did my own thing and kind of stopped doing stuff for a while. But when I did come back to YouTube and streaming again, I started doing a lot of stuff with the Gmod group and a lot of the other co-op stuff that the guys have been doing. And after a few months of doing that regularly, we just did like all kinds of stuff together. It kind of seemed like a natural step to just go ahead and join. And Good asked me one day, and I was just like, yeah, definitely, of course. It's like hanging out with my friends, so definitely wanted to join.
Really loud, obnoxious friends, though, right?
Oh yeah, but only friends worth having.
So, as far as creating group content goes, pause. Recently, a lot of the Mindcrackers have been doing a lot of large group series, such as Gmod, Mario Kart, Space Engineers. Even like 6 months ago, and this question is from the Dark Moose, by the way, many of the series weren't around today. How have you guys enjoyed doing these consistent group series, and how long can you expect them to last?
What the heck was that? That scared the crap out of me.
Don't break it.
I don't even know what the question was anymore. Basically. Hello. I don't know which one to talk into now. So, I don't know. Like, I wanted to initially do like the Gary's Mod stuff like almost a year ago, and me and Nvidia tried at one point, and I guess just at that moment in time, just things weren't really aligned for like all of us to like get on a schedule and record. So it took a lot of talking amongst us and get like a set date down, and I don't know, we just eventually started doing it. It's now become a consistent thing where we do it like every Monday at a certain time, so it's like that. And that we just have fun with it. We don't take it seriously, and I guess as long as we don't take it seriously and we have like tons of fun, it's gonna go on for a while. So there's like no end date right now.
Unless it's unturned.
Unless it's unturned,
Yeah, I live in a world of fear that like all of a sudden the series is gonna go away like unturned did. Just like, no, we're done now. We're done. Yeah.
It's not done forever. There's like no content.
Like people are talking about prop hunt now. It's like, is that getting boring? And the community's gonna talk about it. And I'm like, no, everyone shh. Someone's gonna we're just gonna stop all of a sudden, please.
Well, and that leads on to this question is from Fari9, and this is from Nebris. As fans of Mindcrack, you've been bringing together players and allowing them to produce quality entertainment. But aside from Minecraft, what games and game genres do you feel produce the best environments for making collaborative content?
Well, my opinion on this is that any game where the gameplay can actually take somewhat of a backseat to the larger-than-life personalities that you see up here, those kinds of games lend itself to good content on YouTube. And if those games even allow the creativity like Minecraft does, that can also be a big factor in good YouTubing games. Anyone else have any thoughts on that?
Does anyone else have any thoughts on that?
I just had an idea for a prank, and I was...
He was on his phone, everybody. Just pointing this out. He's on his phone. That's all.
It's not as funny.
I didn't hear the question. Because I was looking at him on his phone, thinking everyone should know he's on his phone.
So you're saying you were distracted by a phone?
Yes.
Interesting.
Everyone put their phones
What kind of games do you think make good environments?
Oh, if
For doing collaborative,
Minecraft
for
wasn't the thing. Yeah, I think games, like that are open world creative games like Space Engineers, those type of games are always going to be. Now, I think people often question like, well, if Minecraft goes away completely, what game are they all going to play together? And that may never ever happen again, right? Because it might be Minecraft that brought us together, and necessarily the same group of people may not have the same interest in other things. That doesn't mean like if like say Seth didn't want to play Space Engineers, that doesn't mean he wouldn't still be friends with us and still do stuff with us, I'm sure. Yeah, what would you play? What would you play, Seth, if Minecraft was just not something that you could play anymore?
I really like Super Mario World.
All right, we're gonna start a Super Mario World speedrunning server.
Like a collab, like a server.
Yeah. It's gonna be great.
So this next question's from Shooter, and you guys can just feel free to answer it as you see fit. What do you think has been the most interesting team combination for UHC so far? And what do you think makes good collaborative groups in team games like that? Sure.
Well, okay.
Don't go out of order.
No, that's fine. That's okay. There's no order. So I may be a little bit biased, but I really liked being on a team with BWO and Rob and well, Packrat kind of. Wow. I mean, he was there. And it was like I don't do a ton of collaborations, but I generally enjoy them when I do. But this one was kind of special, I thought, because BWO was not the craziest person in the room, which is just bizarre, and so it created a weird dynamic. Each of us, I think, was a little bit out of our element, but in a way that meshed extremely well, and just I thought was very entertaining. I definitely got a little bit more crazy. Like usually I'm just very, okay, I'm like making my diamond tools now, but I got a little bit more, out of that mindset, and I was like, yeah, let's make a jukebox. Who cares? Waste a diamond, I don't care. So sometimes just like playing with people that you don't normally play with, like it'll create really good results. And I guess we've been doing random teams for the last a bunch of UHCs, and I think that's good for that reason.
I think it's one of my favorite things that we can do random teams, and it always works. We've never had like an awkward team that's resulted, and you end up making collaborations that you don't expect to be good as they are, like the Upper Cats, I think. Well, that one, it made sense, but it was like who was on that team? For some reason, I remember that one being good.
Doc and BWO, yo.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. For some reason, I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was, but I really enjoyed that the dynamic of you guys, especially when you started killing each other.
That's not my fault.
So if we could peek behind the scenes of these group events, what would be the ratio of derpiness versus serious work that we see? This is from Maggie T. And Zisto, I think you'd be a good one to answer this one.
Is there any serious? I think it's all dirt. Yeah, it's like having a bunch of cats in a room and getting them to go in one direction. It's a struggle.
Just us trying to get together these questions last night was like 6 hours or something. Retarded.
It got to the point where I just shut up and sat there and waited, and then finally somebody went, "Oh wait, we're not doing what we're supposed to do."
And then we still didn't do it.
Seth was yelling at everyone to shut up.
Oh yeah.
Didn't really work very well.
No.
So the group started on YouTube, but lately streaming is becoming more and more popular. And this question is from Simmerdoon. Do any of you feel that YouTube may take a back seat eventually to Twitch? Sevidus, do you want to answer this one?
No. I think YouTube is obviously a pretty...
Doing you a favor.
These are professionals, people.
Yeah. I do this every day. Yeah, I think YouTube's a pretty pervasive force in the type of entertainment that we do. I mean, obviously I do think Twitch will eventually take over the world. I'm not being paid to say that, as Ari slips me 100. But yeah, no, I think for me, they're two completely different types of entertainment media. One is more spontaneous and, for me, exciting. Oh, that sounds really offensive to every YouTube channel. Oh, wow. I get more excited doing it, I guess. And then YouTube is, for me, much more scary and more methodical when I'm thinking about what I want to do. Like, I pre-plan a whole bunch of stuff for YouTube, but on Twitch, I'm much more spontaneous and whatnot. And it's basically the opposite of Seth.
Well, in that, like, I've done YouTube videos for years now, and I'm just starting to get into live streaming a lot. And I actually would say I don't know if YouTube will eventually take a backseat to Twitch. I think we're all working in a space that's, I mean, the careers that we have now were not available as careers 5 years ago at all. Things are evolving really fast. I imagine that we'll still be a group in 5 years, and who knows how the technology and the entertainment landscape is going to change. I know that for myself, discovering Twitch has been really exciting and really fun, and the last 2 weeks I really haven't been making many videos, and I've just because I've like why would I make a video? I can stream on Twitch, and it's a different experience. So I think we're all definitely feeling things out, and nobody really knows what they're doing. Like up here, honestly, nobody knows, and so it's always just something that's changing. And I definitely think that I actually agree that like if I was doing Twitch first, then I went over to YouTube, that would be scary.
It's really scary.
Because it's just so easy to just get in front of a camera and just play a game, like rather than plan out the content and exactly what you need to do. So it's who knows.
To make it less scary, I actually keep my chat room up while I'm recording my YouTube videos.
He just pretends.
There's people, there's people talking about, I don't know, whatever else is going on Twitch, but I'm not really reading it, but I'm still talking to them. They can't hear me because it's a YouTube video, but I'm still talking to them, and it's really the only way I could go about doing it, because talking to myself was boring, like really boring.
So this is kind of an open question. And this was actually pretty popular, what do you think makes Mindcrackers and Mindcrack stand out from other Let's Play groups? Does anyone want to take that one?
I think it's hard to say, right? Because I don't think we always know why something exactly works, right? I mean, right place, right time is one thing, but also we're kind of a group of adults. So we make decisions differently than you do when you're younger.
People are laughing.
Are you sure we're adults?
Okay, sure, right. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I think like, some groups that form when everyone's still in high school and stuff like that, your life's changed more drastically than ours do. So it's easier for these things to, I don't know.
Like our average age is, I think, one of the highest of like a, pretty big group on YouTube. It's a pretty high average age, so it's different. And why does it make things stand out in some ways? Yeah, sometimes it's hard to tell, even from our position.
Where did you get those stats?
There's a panel on your YouTube channel called Demographics.
I'm in the age of us.
I thought he was like
talking about what's my age. I mean, look at your hair, Wes.
Average.
And look how much away. Like we're just old, right?
Like Zisto's already lost all his hair.
It's not going to come back to me.
You're not far behind me.
Just go to your Demographics page.
So CatCam also wanted to know if you had to rename the person to your right's YouTube channel based on their content, what would you rename it to?
When we discussed this question before, the panel was to your left.
No, it distinctly says right here. It distinctly
says left.
says right.
It says
This
right.
was planned.
No. It's
Why am I sitting here then?
All right, so I'll tell you what to say.
They told me to sit in a specific area because they're sabotaging what my YouTube channel name should be.
I'm not sabotaging anything.
Okay,
I think it should be rainbow hamburger buns. And none of you should understand what that means, I hope.
going out of order.
Because I'm changing it to left, because it was...
I also am changing it to left. Cheaters Anonymous. Of Justice.
Now I'm gonna rethink again because I already had his. So
No, keep going. Left. Just keep going left.
You're right.
And
We
now
don't
we're
even.
out of order because Goo didn't.
Yeah,
would
because
you like
Seth breaks all the
to
rules.
the left?
Okay.
He's a jerk, though.
That's the
You go
channel.
around removing hard work. I place those torches with love.
So, Torch Killer 572.
I just want to confirm that you consider that hard work.
Yes, it was. You know how long it takes to craft those? I do it at a workbench.
all right, so
I can't comment on that.
Co's Quest 2 is what I changed his channel name to.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I think Seth should have a channel all about being Seth Beard and the art of shaving complex designs with different mechanical razors. Welcome back, Seth Beard here. No?
I think shaving is a part of his life.
He doesn't know how to shave anymore. No, it's okay.
Nebris, do you want to name Pause's channel?
Please unpause.
And I think we got a circular table here. So Co, do you want to name Good's channel?
Well, actually, I have one for Gsano anyway. Let's say like Mime Sano maybe from now on.
Mime Sano.
Good channel can just be blank.
Okay, do we want to keep going? Do you want to keep?
Well, I was going to rename Sevidus's, but he doesn't have a YouTube channel, so.
The whole audience was upset about that joke.
It's a joke. See, he's a
He
jerk.
actually does have a YouTube channel. I do have a YouTube channel.
I do.
Yeah.
It's all right.
So, what's the funniest moment that you guys have shared on or off camera? And I don't have anyone who wanted to answer.
Can we talk about that?
What's the funniest moment you've shared on or off
Oh, what do you
camera?
know? I don't know what you're even asking.
The time, the thing that you talked about in the. No?
No, I don't think we can talk about
Oh,
that.
Are you crazy?
If you want to, Good has a video on his channel. We cannot mention it here, but he has a video on his channel. That's the funniest moment.
I have a video on my channel, guys.
About last PAX, it was his PAX wrap up from last year. Talks about a very funny story that happened that we're not at liberty to discuss at this moment in time. But it is available on YouTube for you all to enjoy.
Is this promotion? Wait, what's going on?
YouTube.com.
Are we just promoting a video?
No, he asked about the funniest moment. It's a funny moment. Okay.
Jay Sano nearly killed Good last night with a comment about his worst day of his life ever.
Oh, yeah.
When he hit 10,000 subscribers. It was a misunderstanding.
Just the way he said it was so hilarious. He's like, the worst day of my life ever was when I hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I was like, of all the things that could have happened in your life, that was the worst.
Okay, I'll point this one to Ari. You're all different people, which is a great thing, but I can also imagine it's hard sometimes when you want to get anything done. So how do you deal with the various personalities of people in the group that you're a part of, and how have you learned about relating and working with others through Mindcrack and YouTube in general?
Why is that one so ridiculous? I think that for me, when I joined Mindcrack, I knew, because I knew a bunch of the people before I joined, I had an idea of what their different personalities were, but then having to deal with them in a collaborative type environment, like when you sit down and you have to plan out, okay, well, what's gonna go in Farmtown and what's gonna go in Redstone Town, and we have to kind of figure out how each person thinks. It can be very different. Do you want to chime in?
Don't you dare call it Farmville.
I don't even have to now.
You have to learn how to deal with Seth Blink correcting you. But yeah, I think that it's something that it evolves as you go on. There are certain people where, for example, when Bex and I sat down to record the first time, I honestly was like, this is going to be awkward and weird. I don't even know this person. And we got along really, really well, and we record together more than I think any collaboration that I do on the server, and it was something that I didn't expect. So I think you have to go into it kind of open-minded and then just learn how to work with each individual person. And you look like you're ready to talk. I don't.
This one doesn't make noise. No, it does.
And that's my final answer.
Making decisions takes a long time.
It takes a long
because
time.
everybody's got a voice.
Yeah. I mean, I'm for administrative reasons, I sit in on the Mindcrack general meeting each month, and the last one, I had something I needed to talk about, and the Mindcrack general meeting was 2.5 hours long.
That was a kind of short one. Never mind.
No talking.
Nothing.
And I think as more people join, the more opinions get in, and people aren't chosen for Mindcrack for having weak opinions. So, how often do you guys not release episodes because you're unhappy with the quality? And we'll point this one at pause first.
Oh, I have multiple series that I have like backlogged and I just don't want to do it. I don't know, it all depends on how, like, for me, I usually try and play like halfway through the game just to see if I actually enjoy it. And I don't know, it all depends, because right now a lot of the stuff I'm doing is collaborative, so I don't really worry about that at this point in time. So they're like I said, it's been like about 4 or 5 series over the past couple of years where I just did not feel that it would be entertaining enough to put it out there. So I don't know.
Go ahead.
I rarely record a video and then don't upload it, but I do very often, like start building something and realize it's just not going to work out, And over time, you sort of develop a sense of when that's going to happen, and you can kind of catch it earlier and earlier. And sometimes it's just, I'll have a really good idea that I'm really excited about, and then before I even get to the building stage, I'll be like, well, no, it's probably really not going to work. And yeah, so it's, you just get a sense for it, and hopefully, but that doesn't always work with like more personality-based content. It's more for like the builds, I guess.
I've got a few series I started that I made like an episode or two, kind of like a pilot for myself, and I was like, this isn't any good, so I just deleted them. But for like everyday episodes, I don't often scrap a whole episode, but I scrap like the first 10 minutes, like multiple times until I get, it's almost like you get into a rhythm or a flow of like all the different things, and you're talking about stuff you're building and like stuff going on the server or like something going on in your life. And there's like almost a rhythm of addressing each thing in the right time, and like a creeper's gonna blow you up and that derails everything or whatever. So I toss out like chunks of episodes a lot.
Yeah, I always like second guess my Mindcrack episodes more and more. I think the more subscribers I get, the more I do second guess. Because I know there's more people listening and like I stress on it more or something. I don't know. Like I rethink about everything I talked about. And the thing about Torch Tuesdays is you can't even re-record that because now you've already placed all the torches until Zisto comes and removes them.
It's a favor.
Yeah, yeah. So I frequently second guess my own recordings.
Well, and a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to speak into a microphone by yourself and basically have a conversation with someone you're imagining is there. How hard is it to do solo commentary, and specifically like when you first started doing YouTube, like what were the difficulties that you found there? Code, did you want to talk about that?
We need to stop touching the mics.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch it anymore. Yeah, I think it is, like you said, it's weird talking to yourself or trying to imagine someone being there that you're talking to. You kind of imagine an audience that you're describing everything that you're doing while you're playing, and it can get kind of, I don't know, you start to question like what you're doing and if it's interesting enough or things like that. And I know that when I started out, that was something that bothered me a lot. I mean, apart from hearing my own voice, like that's really weird in the beginning. But eventually you get used to that stuff. You get used to, you know, kind of what your audience is like, and you kind of get a rhythm down to it. And it does, you know, it kind of, like what Zisto said was, you know, pretty accurate to it.
For me, it was the opposite. It was like, when I was first doing the videos, I only knew there was like 200 people watching. So whatever I say, only about 200 people are gonna see it. Now when you think there's, you know, possibility of 500,000 listening and hearing your opinions, it's like, man, you're gonna say something polarizing to at least one of those people. And I don't know, I guess I question what I'm talking about way more now. And so to me, it's more difficult every time someone joins my channel.
I spend a lot of time just explaining things. And we were actually, Sev and I were having a conversation about this last night before, and yeah, Ko was there too, before waiting for dinner. And he asked like, well, like, who do you imagine you're talking to when you make a video? And I guess my answer turned out to be, I kind of imagine that there's somebody sitting in the passenger seat that kind of like wants to learn something new, learn about how I built something that I built, and he's like in the passenger seat and I'm like driving through my world and like, hey guy, this is what you need to pay attention to, this is what we're doing. And I often say let's go over here, and I never really thought about that, but that's what I do. And but it makes it I think it makes it clear what I need to say most of the time, and I don't ever really feel that awkward about it. Because it's just like there's somebody else there, and it's just one other person. It's not like there's hundreds of thousands. It's just one other person. I'm just telling them, yeah, this is how you do it.
My wife thinks it's weird because sometimes she wants to sit in the room when I record, and I'm like, no, you cannot. There cannot be someone around listening to me. And she's like, you know there's hundreds of thousands of people listening, right? And I'm like, yeah, but they're not. We're not right now.
And Sev, you had some opinions on this too, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said earlier, it's I keep a chat room up and I talk to them, and there are so many times in when I'm recording a YouTube video that we're talking about chopping things out and stuff like that, where I have to cut out something because I start to have an actual conversation with the fictitious chat room, asking them questions, and hearing answers that don't actually exist on the screen, but they're there, and I don't know. So I've actually, in my last episode, cut out like 20 minutes of asking questions to a chat room that isn't active. Like, it's not doing anything, but in my head it was, which is fantastic. On the same score, I will say, there are plenty of times when you're live streaming that you wish you could cut some stuff out. I've said plenty of things that are beyond the borderline. And yeah.
A lot of you are very creative people, and many of you have actually created games that you can play in your stream or on your YouTube channel. And how do you feel when you create something that has become popular and you see other big YouTubers playing something that you've made? Like, how does that feel to you?
Like what? Oh, like UHC kind of things?
Yeah, like UHC or Cess building game.
Sure. So I often don't even find out about it until way later. Like there'll be like big channels playing the game that I made, and I just no one ever told me, and it was like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. I wish I'd known about that. I mean, it feels cool. Like I put the games out there so that people could play them. So it's good validation. And sometimes it doesn't happen, and I know that I need to go back to the drawing board because the ultimate goal really of making a game is for it to be fun enough that people want to play it. So I pay a lot of attention to that. I mean, it's also great promotion for me when other people play my maps. So I do actually, when I'm designing the maps, I will take a lot of effort to make sure that it's something that's going to make a good YouTube video. Like the building game, I really wanted to target it at making 30-minute videos because it's a good one episode sort of thing. So yeah, it definitely guides a lot about how I make my maps, and it feels good when it works out.
Don't you think the wall should have not been brown? In hindsight.
Version 2 is coming soon.
Oh, with something like UHC, I think it's really exciting to have a game like Minecraft that you love, and something's created, and then it ends up getting added. The game mode itself is added to the game. It's really hard to describe how exciting that is. To know that the community loved something enough that it's made it into the actual game. So yeah.
Yeah, when we did UHC, none of us I didn't create the game. I just got asked to join because BWO can join them. So, but the funniest thing about it is I actually released the very first UHC episode ever early. So a lot of people don't realize that, and it's just weird to see it progress from way back then to being implemented into the game and seeing hundreds and thousands of YouTubers playing UHC. So it's cool.
And we're still releasing it early.
Not me though, not me.
It's a tradition.
Well, and one of the questions that's not down here but gets asked a lot is what is it about UHC? That's probably one of your best collaborative projects together. It's the one most people seem to be excited about, and they'll watch multiple copies of the same episode from different perspectives. What is it about that particular event that you guys think really pulls the fans in?
For me, I think it's because it's so easy to understand what's going on. You're not being thrown into a situation where now there's a bunch of mods that have been added to the game. The game is not drastically different. It's one small change has been made that makes the game different in a way that is significantly different, but still easy to understand and latch onto, and anyone can do.
And it's so tense. I remember watching Etho's first episode of UHC, and I was like, oh no, you're gonna take fall damage there! And I was almost yelling at my screen, and you just feel this tension for the entire 20 minutes, even if nothing is happening really. It's always got this tension to it, and you never know when an encounter is going to happen, and so it kind of feels like you're there, and you need to be paranoid too. So I guess people like being paranoid.
I think it's luck based too, where I know that when we were on the team with B-Dub and we put the sign down, oh, we let you live, going back and watching their perspective and realizing, had we actually gone down and killed them, they wouldn't have won. I think going back and rewatching and then seeing comments oh my God, did you know you were only 40 blocks away from XYZ YouTuber who had no gear and you were way off, way better off than them. I think that going back in the hindsight behind all of it, it just makes you cringe so bad, and it makes you want to do better the next time, so that, when you do solo, you don't, let someone live when you shouldn't.
That was 2 seasons in a row for me that the winner of the entire season was at the grasp of being killed, like the season before that, whenever Beto Rappling, what's the name of the team? Anyways,
Old man.
oh right, yeah. Early on, whenever we killed Pack-Rat in the first episode, Seth was down there without a pick underneath us with $1 billion gold, basically, and we just like, let's go now.
I think we even pointed out in that video too, we were like, oh, we're gonna leave these Stones, watch them go to win. And then the whole time I'm thinking like, you're such an idiot, why did you do that? Like, you should have gone out and killed them.
We go and get in a fight with Nebris and they don't even have bows.
I shot
and
him. I shot him with an arrow. I was like, you should have killed him. I'm still upset.
We got into a sword fight with people that didn't have bows, and we had more arrows.
Why did we do that?
I don't know.
I don't know why we did
This
that.
right here. This is why people get excited.
Okay, sorry. I'm very upset about this last note.
And Nebris, you had a specific instance that you were thinking of that you saw in someone else's video that you wish you had known while you were playing.
Oh, what was that?
See, this is a question very similar to what we're talking about now, and it has your name next to it.
Oh, I see. That's a very different question. I believe that question was like, what amazing moments happened from other people's perspective.
Yeah, that
weren't in yours.
Yeah, that you didn't know about that you saw in somebody else's video.
So, in season 11, I finally broke the potions barrier. And I finally got health potions, and this is the first time this has happened, and it's amazing, and I go and get myself killed. And so does Pyro. We kill each other, and all of our stuff just on the ground. BOO comes along on half a heart. This guy's, he's done for, he's out of it. There's no way he's coming back. And he just bumbles into like the greatest Christmas discovery in history. And doesn't even know what to do with it. Like, he immediately starts gobbling down apples. He's like, "Oh, what's this? Is this a health potion? Does this restore health?" Yes, it does. I'm gonna leave one behind.
I still like the fact that you in the most recent one, you killed me, but I got you down to, I was one hit away from killing you, and you had a notch apple in your inventory.
I would have.
How mad would you have been if I'd actually gotten you?
I would have cried.
Yeah, that's
Because I am known for like dying with lots of health items on me. I gave you 2 apples in a previous season.
Yeah.
I gave Etho 3. I gave BOO God knows how many health points, 36.
Do you think you would have realized that it was a notch apple right away, or do you think you would have just ate it?
Me?
Yes.
I was wondering that.
I think I probably would have realized. It's got the sheen. You
Yeah.
know, you can
It'd
tell.
have been really funny if you didn't and you ate it thinking you were going to get like 2 hearts. And you're like,
You
oh
already
no!
You had an apple in your inventory, so it wouldn't have stacked.
Oh, okay.
So do you guys prefer teams of, do you like solo, duo, 3, 4 people in UHC? What's your preference?
Teams.
Solo.
Yeah, I like teams of 3 or 4. I think it's just like, I'm not so used to doing solo commentary, so I like having other people, and one other person's a little bit, there can be a lot of dead space sometimes. 3, I think 3 people still, there's a little bit. 4 is pretty good. I don't know, it's 3 or 4 is probably the sweet spot there, I think.
I like the solo because, for one, the mistakes are more drastic. When you have 3 or 4 people, it's a lot easier to pool gold together and drag someone up behind you who's like lost a lot of health. And I think the most significant thing, reason I like singles, is because you get much different play styles than you do in teams, where you get one person with like 30 wolves and one person with a lot of potions. And I think it's a lot more one person in a lava tower. I think it has a lot more variety that way, personally.
What do you guys' first impression of the world border on the new season 5 map? What other ideas have you come up with to make season 5 different?
You can go.
You can be used to this.
Make sure you adjust the
like. Oh yeah.
Oh, it stopped.
Oh, did I fix it?
Stop it!
It's like the Predator.
Not a good sound.
The world border thing I think is really cool. I think it's cool that we're able to use a feature that was just released as, sort of the premise of the next season. I really like it because of its limits. We actually had some pretty darn heated arguments over things like how fast should it expand, how big should it be initially, all these sorts of things, just because, you know, some people like the playstyle of where they start off with everything, and some people like the playstyle like me, where I start off with nothing. And I want it to be really small and not have access to pretty much like anything at the beginning. You know, some dirt, that'd be good. Maybe some stone if we're lucky. But, you know, I think we found a really good common ground in the map that we have. There are still things to be uncovered in the world border, and it's going to be many, many months till we get to some things. But I think, for me personally, the limit increased my creative output. For me. I mean, for some people, it's the opposite, but for me, the limits definitely made me more creative thinking.
I think you get excited about little stuff too. Like every day that you log on and the world border has gotten a little bit bigger. Like when Good and I started building the farm, we built it in the very, very corner, and the swamp wasn't open yet. And so Arcus and I were building something one day, and I was talking about how I was really upset there were no blue orchids. And he was like, "Well, aren't you guys by a swamp?" And I'm like, "No, it's not uncovered yet." So he found a 2-square section, and he kept throwing bone meal down until we got a blue orchid. And I remember being like, "So it does nothing to the game." But I was like, "Oh my god!" So being able to just even slowly like unlock more and more. And then the next time I came on, and Paul had stolen all of my blue orchids, but we had like 50 squares of swamp that I just threw a bunch of bone meal, and it was a lot easier to get them. So every time the world border expands when you log on, it's like Christmas. Like something new is going to be uncovered that you didn't see before, you didn't have access to. So it just adds in a completely different dynamic to the game, whether it's actual material that you use or just cosmetic.
Yeah.
It's exciting to get new content given to you every day.
Well, just last night, PAX found Nether Wart, so we have Nether Wart now. Yay.
I just like the fact that at one point we had a lily pad based economy.
I took all those when we uncovered the swamp, by the way.
I saw the lily.
Do you have a monopoly on lily pads?
No,
No,
I
he
got
has
plenty.
some.
AFK fishing, baby.
That's cheating.
Like you would know. Come on.
Like I liked it, like the game that Generic B came up with, the Bedrock drag racing. Like it's cool that this thing is now a thing because of the world border.
Yeah.
Like you don't know what's gonna spark creativity until you try it.
So, who are your favorite people to collaborate with?
None of these.
I would love to do a prank with Team Canada. Wouldn't that be cool?
I'm always available. It's Beef and Etho you gotta try to schedule with. I can't even get Beef to play CSGO with me. Like, that's a 15-minute match.
That's a good question.
Anybody can answer this.
I guess that's it.
Oh yeah, for me it's just all the Mindcrackers, right? I mean, obviously these are the people I want to play games with.
Okay.
So here they are.
I think we should do one.
Okay.
Okay. Seb and I have like joked on Twitch streams back and forth where like he's streaming and I'll be joking in his chat, or like I'll be doing something and he's pinging me on Skype at the same time. So a lot of the like it's not even commentary that you see, but it goes on kind of behind the scenes. So watch us do like a video and it's like the worst ever. Like we're like, what? I don't even really want to talk to you right now. Like,
Yeah. You go through these phases.
right? Today I like you. Tomorrow I don't know.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I've always wanted to do something with Milby, just me and Milby. It's never happened there.
That's gotta happen.
Yeah,
Really.
I've tried. We just haven't found the thing.
The thing?
Not that thing.
So Zisto, how do you, this is from Free Autos, they want to know, how do you build pranks without people noticing? Do you warn them to stay offline beforehand?
No, I've never warned anyone. There is a pretty decent amount of planning where I'll have a basic, pretty good idea of the amount of materials I need. I think the most elaborate one was the Candyland prank on Beef's Castle. And I got Good, I think I just had it in general, but I had a copy of the map for single player. So I benchmarked myself, placing wool on the towers. I knew how much wool and like how many minutes that would take. And I placed the chest and like screenshotted the coordinates. And I had this like whole coordinated thing. And then Beef like didn't log on for like 3 days, so.
I don't think I would have found the thing you did to my tree if you hadn't told me to pay attention next time I log on, because I was only staying at the UHC
I've
monument.
told people after the fact a few times because they're a little too oblivious.
Are there any pranks that any of you wish you had thought of? Like, have you ever seen any of the pranks that go on and you're like, man, I should have done that?
I still think the furnace prank is the most genius thing ever. It doesn't work anymore, but at the time, I thought that was brilliant. People don't know, before you could shift click to do things, it was a giant room of furnaces that PAX built, and the idea was to trap you there, and you couldn't use your pickaxe, you couldn't do anything, because anytime you right-clicked, you would just open the furnace. And so he would just put you there. It was before Ender Pearls too. So he just had a pit that you could suicide yourself when you got sick of being trapped there.
Unfortunately, the prank never actually happened because
Badger is a cheater.
Yeah, Badger hadn't updated his texture pack when the game updated, so there was something in the Nether he was seeing through, and he's seen the whole thing, and he mentioned it to me, Beef and Paws. He's like, because we just were around at the time, he's like, what is this? And so we all got on, and I think that's how Team Nancy Drew was formed, actually. We were just, it's a shame the prank got spoiled. I'm not certain that it ever would have worked because I never used because he had it where the minecart rail was supposed to throw me into this thing, and I always just walked my minecart rail, so I don't know if it would have worked, but it was still brilliant. It's a shame it got ruined.
So other than ruining your friends' lives, do you feel there are any professional skills you've learned or developed as being part of this group? Or part of YouTube in general?
Guess not.
No. It's like when I have to describe what I do to my grandmother.
Phrasing. It's phrasing.
Sorry,
I don't know. I don't know that I learned. I definitely learned communication skills. That's for sure. I've learned a lot about tech stuff because I'm a nerd, and this helps. You know, I can buy things and have a reason to buy them. As far as like learning life skills, I guess just relates to communication, working with people that are completely different from you.
I think you pick up nuances you don't realize you're picking up as you do this type of stuff. I mean, it's like anything, you grow. And so doing this full time and doing it constantly, we're all obviously growing always. So you don't realize you're developing these skills, but you are.
Yeah, like for me, it's like, for instance, I would not be able to talk up here like 5 years ago because I just would be way too nervous. So definitely communication skills and also time management because we got like a lot of people over in Europe who are like, for me, like I'm on like the very West Coast, so it's like 8 hours difference. So to like set up times to record with like, Millipede and Pyro and all the other guys, it takes a lot of time management to set up times to record with them. So
I'm not sure you can say we learned anything on that.
So we haven't learned anything on time management because we set a time and then like an hour and a half later we actually start. Yeah.
We should do this.
at least we're the call at 12. So
I was all scared. I joined you guys for Gary's mod, and I'm all like on time, trying to be. Of course, everything went wrong. But yeah, I'm all worried about being on time, and then 2 hours later, my family's coming in the front door, and I'm like, we're just starting.
that's our recording every Monday, so get used to it. Yeah.
So Sev, you mentioned that trying to describe what you do to your grandmother is tough. How do you describe what you do to just average people?
When people differ from what you do to your grandmother.
Yeah.
And this is our last PAX panel.
I tell them I'm an astrophysicist because describing that I make money by saying expletives on the internet isn't very useful to most people.
He is an astrophysicist, by the way.
He really
I
is.
don't know if you knew that.
To normal people, not like us, and not here. Like if Obama was asking me, I would definitely say I'm an astrophysicist. It takes a while to describe what you do like this to, I guess, normal people. I don't know if any of you have had to spend like a 5-minute conversation with somebody because they just didn't get it.
Every single time I come into the States, the border control.
Oh yeah, that was like when I went up to visit Paws last year, and geez, I thought Canada was like this nice, happy place. And I kept talking, oh, they're gonna let you in fine, it's gonna be great and whatnot. And I go up to the Border Patrol agent, and he interrogates me like I'm trying to like live here forever and never leave and take everything Canadian and destroy it. And I remember clearly, it was so awkward. He asked me straight up, how do you know him? And I said, I know him on the internet. Should have rethought that one. And then of course the questions, we're gonna have to wait for a second here. Have you ever met this person in real life? Oh yeah, I met him once. What does this person look like? And I'm having to sit here and describe you as if there is some sort of internet conspiracy going on here.
I had my daughter fill out a form at school about their parents and what their parents did for a job, and she said, Mommy plays games all day. Oh, no. So then I had to like go explain to her teacher what Mommy actually does. And she was like, oh, my mommy just plays video games. And I was like, no. So now it's funny because now when she describes it, she'll like actually grab a phone and she'll like boot up Minecraft and she'll be like, okay, today we're going to do this. And she'll like walk through a commentary and I'm like, okay, can we just 2 sentences on what Mommy actually does for work? But she just told me to play video games. I think they thought like I just didn't do anything all day long. I had to go to her school and like explain to teachers how this whole thing works because and all the other parents, I have a worksheet that got photocopied to all the other parents, and I was like, oh no.
My daughter doesn't understand. My daughter thinks that playing Minecraft is working, and so whenever like her nephew that's 7 is playing Minecraft, she says, "Oh, he's working." So
Yeah. She likes to tell me, you haven't done any texture pack reviews in a while? I'm like, I'm glad you're monitoring my channel. Thank you.
Yeah, I've had the opposite thing. I'll be doing some moderation stuff on Play Mindcrack, and my kids will walk in and go, "Can we watch you play?" And I go, "I'm not playing, I'm working." So if you guys were going to consider to not do this anymore, if you guys were going to retire from doing YouTube videos, what kind of work do you guys think you would do?
I think I'd be an astrophysicist.
That sounds kind of fun.
gig.
I think, yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I probably would.
Let's all do that.
I would work for Twitch.
I was a programmer before I did YouTube, so I don't know if I would go back to programming, but if I did, I might try indie game development.
What about bodybuilding? You're halfway there.
Professional rock climber.
is that a thing?
No, he's really good at it.
Is there like competitive rock climbing?
No.
Yeah.
Is there? Yeah, really? Like, what is it like speed running?
Yeah. It's not as cool as speed running.
So this next question is from I Am Jom. If you could take control of any other Mindcracker's body and record their videos for them for one day, who would it be?
I would do Z-Stone. I would shoot Z-Stone.
You know you'd have to spend more than an hour placing torches.
No, that's what I would do. I would just place torches and really piss you off.
Welcome back, Seth Bling here.
You don't even sound like that.
You sounded like Jeffrey Dahmer right there.
Anyone else? Anyone?
I would take over your channel.
Really?
Yep.
Oh no. I would just because I can't bring myself to just throw out like profane words, and so it would be great
totally.
on your right because I've watched your channel a lot, and every time he does it, I'm like, oh man, what is that like?
What's that like?
Just cuss word, just.
Oh, so you just want to do what I do?
Yeah.
I would destroy your channel.
I'm never trusting you with anything ever again.
I would upload some video about like hamburger buns. It would probably get you banned on YouTube.
I hate you so much. Okay, we're done.
That's the end of that. So I know Mindcrackers, this question is from Nixer. I know Mindcrackers have said that they are friends. My question is, how close of friends are you? Can you just jump on Skype and talk about real life problems with each other?
I know Seth and I have done that quite a bit. Like, if I have something that's bothering me or he's done the same.
Who does that?
In fact, at GVE, after I got puked on, I laid in the floor in Seth's room and cried. I'm not even joking. Chad could attest to it too. Oh, Mike. But yeah, I just laid there and cried. They listened to me cry.
Good night.
It ruined my head, the puking on it. Anyway,
We've
sorry.
known each other for 2 years, and I think over 2 years, a lot of things in life happen. So I know that not just with Good, but I think everyone that I've met through Mindcrack over the years, I've felt able to like come to and say like, I have this problem, or like, hey, can you give me advice on this? I don't think that there's anyone, especially when I joined, there were Mindcrackers that I hadn't ever really talked to before that like took initiative to like reach out and like, hey, how are you doing? Like, how are you handling everything? Like, how's everything going for you? So even if it's not someone that we've been close with, I think that the precedence has been set in the group that we encourage that kind of open communication and love each other. Mostly hate you.
So this question is from Visor. Who is the most handsome Mindcracker and why is it Badge? Also, who is the best dancer?
Sure this wasn't from Badge.
Yeah. Well, it's because there's 2 badges. You can't really compete with that, right? And Seth's obviously the best dancer. Have you guys seen his dance from E3 2 years ago? You gotta look it up. It's on his channel.
If you had to cosplay anybody, who would it be?
Anybody?
Anybody? Yeah, if you had to cosplay, who would it be?
I want to see Paws cosplays like a Domino's pizza box.
I will start working on that.
He would eat himself.
He would eat himself. Would that be cannibalism?
He's not going to eat the box. He's going to eat the pizza inside.
To himself. He's
No,
inside
he's the box.
Oh, he is the box.
He's the box.
Right. Well, what's in the box? The box is empty. This is very complicated. This stuff.
I would cosplay as Bacon Donut. And
He's here.
oh, he's here.
He's right there.
And I wouldn't be PG at all.
Why do you like destroying everyone?
Well, and that's an interesting question.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna be him tomorrow.
And I think there's actually a conscious decision that goes on with certain people in language. Like, how have you guys made that decision? I know I tried when I was with the DWP to always be very family friendly because I liked people listening to our stuff in cars with their kids. But like, what decisions did you guys make about how you're going to address your audience?
So for me, since we were talking about it already, so for me it was, I think everybody is capable of doing PG. It just didn't feel natural for me. So how I base it off of is what is natural and what feels the best to me. Like, I completely understand people that, I don't even think in like out of casting or whatever, you don't curse at all or anything, right? So that's just natural for him, right? So whatever's natural to me is what I went with, and I think that's what a lot of people do, whatever's natural.
If you watch my earlier videos, I didn't know you were allowed to cuss on YouTube, and I even said that in the videos. I thought maybe they would like take my channel down or something. And so I kept talking about how I got to stop cussing, and I finally just gave up because it wasn't working. So yeah, it's hard to not be yourself, I guess.
For me, I started off doing kind of instructional tutorial type videos, and it just didn't seem like professional. It wasn't what people did, I guess, to be profane, and like it just doesn't make any sense if you're explaining how redstone works. Yeah, so I just kind of always kept that, and I get messages now and then that say thank you for keeping a clean channel. I do actually sometimes swear in real life. But I keep it off the channel just because at this point it's what I've done, it's what I've always done, and I think it makes sense to keep doing that, and I don't think it harms the content that I make at all. So
When I first started my Dude Coast Quest originally, a lot of people don't realize that I swore in the first couple of episodes because everybody always kind of points to that is like it was a very clean series that I did, and eventually it was. But I did start off. I said a few curse words in the first couple of episodes. But the reason I stopped was because I didn't know at all who my audience was when I first started, and I got comments from people saying like they watch with their kids, and I started to get really uncomfortable about that thought. Like, I mean, it's their choice if they want to share something with their kids. If they viewed it and they know that I swear and they're okay with that, then that's fine. But I didn't know how to react to that initially. So eventually that series I just didn't swear because of that feeling of discomfort. But on the other hand, eventually I started to feel like I wasn't being myself because I do swear. I don't really have a personal problem with it. And now with the videos that I make, I basically went into it just being myself, which includes swearing, assuming that people who are okay with that are gonna be the ones who are watching those videos. People who aren't won't, so. But I'm not making tutorials or anything, so.
So we're almost out of time. We are out of time. I'm going to ask a couple of quick questions. Co, what are your opinions on fan fiction, shipping, and role play?
Weirdly, I get asked this like all the time. So I figured I'd put it to bed, so to speak. Like, I think anybody who wants to do that sort of thing is welcome to do that, and it's its own art form in a weird way. Maybe it's not for everybody, but I don't think anybody here really minds. And sometimes they're really funny.
I love it, Fan Fiction Friday on my live streams.
Yeah.
They get really awkward though.
It's just another form of fan art.
I think it's
myself.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they get my personality all wrong.
So, and last question, Ari, you can choose one video game that another Mindcracker has to LP. What is it, and who would it be for?
I would pick MC to play My Little Pony or Hello Kitty because I think that he always comes off as this like bad kind of guy, but in real life MC is like this happy-go-lucky. So I'd love to just see him struggle with like logging into Hello Kitty and be like, oh my god, I hate this so much. Like I think it would be great to like see the personal struggle that he has to go through actually enjoying it. That's what I would pick.
Well, okay, we're going to wind it up. Everyone, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to PAX.